Hello guys, I'm going to manager 14, the San Marino challenge, the challenge where you guys make players, I make them, and we're going to try and win the World Cup. And bear in mind guys, if you have not made a player yet, you are not too late. You can still make a player in this episode. I'm going to start this in a few days, so you better be quick. I'm going to try and start it by the weekend, I'd say, maybe even earlier. So really get it, if you've got any more players, put them in there straight away. Bearing in mind, if you've already made players already, if you submit more than one player now, I will make them a little bit worse just to sort of even it up, because I don't want the first team to be dominated by one person's players. But I've made a first bunch of players already. Bear in mind though, if you do want to enter a new player, all you need to do is write down the age, name, they have to be from San Marino, what club they play for. A few people didn't say what club, I should have made it clearer. They could start as a free agent maybe, we'll get onto that. And also what sort of player they are, maybe some comparisons to players I've had, which has been quite helpful. And also go into what's bad about them, good and bad. The more in detail you go, the better I'll make them basically. The more perfect of a player they'll be. So I'd like to hear the cons as well as the pros. Don't just say he's good at everything, because that's quite boring. But we've got the first bunch of players. Bear in mind the younger players will not be as good as the older players. That's the whole purpose of this. This isn't all of them. We've got a few others, but I will get onto them. And we'll start off with this boy, created by I'm Tyler, CFC Giovanni Sampsoni. He's an attacking midfielder. He's been compared to Iniesta. He's got that Iniesta style passing, as you can see from his high passing attributes. He's got great mental attributes. You know, he's got a good footballing brain. And he's got high work rate, basically. He's just a workhorse and he's a great passer. He's 20 years of age, so he's sort of a hit and miss player by the look of him. You know, I don't know what they're going to look like when I make them. I just put the attributes in. He looks like a player that I would really enjoy playing with in a team. He looks like a player I'd sign. 20 years of age, he could grow and become a quality player. Oh dear, you can hear Ice Cream Van Man in the background. Yeah, he can either grow and become a quality player, or he's going to sort of stall to bet. I guess that can happen with all the players. So there's the first one, Giovanni Sampsoni. Then Liam Mosson entered two players. The first one he entered was Leonardo Massano. He's a defensive midfielder. He's actually a free agent at the moment. If you want him to be in a club, Liam Mosson, you've got to let me know. Or I'll be happy to let him start free agent, because without a doubt this boy will be snapped up. He looks very, very nice. I like the look of him. He looks a bit like a Felipe Melo maybe. He's got good aggression, great long shots. This boy's got great long shots. He made that clear. He's very strong, 20 strength, 20 long shots, and he's a leader as well. 19 leadership, great player. He looks like an absolute beast. And yet again, he's a player that could become a very world-class player if he goes to the right clubs and he has the career. He has the perfect career. And Liam Mosson also entered Leonardo Mossano's twin brother. I presume they're twins because they're very similar in age. Jeremy Mossano. Who is a centre-back, who's 21 as well. Again, he looks quite decent. He's not that quick, but his strengths are his strength. He's good in the air, leadership and decisions, as you can see by those attributes there. And let's quickly move on, so I'm running out of time. Ins Games, the legend, created a guy called, well, it was originally going to be called Haru Kasanagu, but then he realised, oh no, he's got to play for San Marino, so he had to change the name because an African name wouldn't work. And he's called his boy, he did, Haru Masanagu, that was actually his name, pardon me, I'm thinking of the wrong person here. Haru Masanagu, I'm going to have to search it. Haru, please say there's not many players called Haru. Right, I'm going back to my notes here, you might hear me. Haru Kasugano, that's it, Haru Kasugano. He's only 17, that's why he's probably not been called up for the first team yet, but I'm sure he will quite early get called up. As you can see, the younger players, they're not as good as they are, but their potential is almost, well, I've given them much higher potential. So you've got to get that balance right. If we have too many young players, we might not qualify, we might not have a good enough squad because they're sort of be too young in the qualification stages, which might be a disaster because we might not even get through the qualification group. But there he is, he looks very good. I'm looking forward to seeing how he develops. Hopefully he'll be a San Marino legend and make it to the World Cup, the 2018 World Cup. That's what it's all about. We want to win the 2018 World Cup. And we've also got a guy from Zambia. This is the guy who entered a Zambian player, but quickly changed the name because unfortunately we can't do Zambian players. It wouldn't be much point in it really because we're going to try and win a World Cup with San Marino. That's the point. Bear in mind it's also all simulated as well, so there's going to be no bias going on here. and his name was changed to Mauro Vanucci, who's 23 years old. He looks good for a 23-year-old, doesn't he? He looks like a very good player. Sort of reminds me of a Fernando Llorente. His finishing is quite average. He's got good mental stats, and he's got great height and strength. 6'5". He's a very, very powerful striker. Good at set pieces as well. 19 free kicks for a 6'5" man is a very good attribute to have. Yeah, he's going to be banging them in for very long range, I reckon. Moving on again, Above the Heavens has created Above the Heavens. He is a legend around here. He has created a guy who plays for FC Twente. It's very important where your players play for. He plays for FC Twente. He's 26 years of age, so he's pretty much developed already. Looks like a decent player. His mental attributes aren't as good as I sort of try to make them. He's sort of a Maradona. Above the Heavens told me he tried to make him a bit like a Maradona. He plays on the right and he plays up front, as you can see from his position. Yeah, he's got great dribbling, great finishing, great first touch, great flair. Sort of Maradona attributes, really. He's got great agility as well. So he's a sort of a tricky striker, tricky winger, an inside forward, you could sort of say. So it'll be exciting to see how he develops at FC Twente. I think he's at a very good club. Very good to be in Holland as a youngster, because players in Holland, they develop very well. And bringing back another legend from a previous series, Aaron Smith. He's 30 years of age, so he's going to be absolutely quality. Look at those attributes. They're absolutely phenomenal. Problem with Aaron Smith, though, he's going to be 34, 35 by the time it comes to the World Cup. He's going to be very, very important in the qualification stages. If we make it to the World Cup, he's going to be like a Miroslav Klose. He's going to be just a legend at the World Cup. But he probably won't be that great anymore at the World Cup. But he's still going to be a player, very, very, very key part in this series. I can't stress that enough. As you can see, his attributes are there. You can pause it if you want to have a deeper look. He's a star man at the moment, but he is 30 years of age. And as you can see, the older you make them, the better I will make them. If you make someone that's 36, they're going to be outstanding, but they're going to drop off within a season or two. So you've got to get that balance right. So Aaron Smith, I'm so glad we've got a couple of old players in, because we needed that balance. We really did need that balance. And then going to the Sheriff TBPD, you created the Moss brothers again. Joseph Moss this time, an attacking midfield on the left hand side. He's not got a club, so give him a club. The Sheriff, if you need him to have a club, or you can start free agent as well. He looks very good. Left sided midfielder. He's just tricky. He's just quick. He's got good crossing as well. He's going to be important. We need him to develop very well. We haven't got very many wide players at the moment, so we sort of need some more wide players. We've got Bolashaminino, but he's mainly a striker, and we've got Joseph Moss as well. But yeah, we need a bit more variety of players. We've got no full-backs. We've only got one centre-back, apart from the young guy as well. We've got two, really. So we need a bit more variety, guys. I want to get some more players there if you haven't created any yet. And then, finally, last but not least, Felipe Moss, brother of Joseph Moss, I believe too. Be 28 years of age, so he's very good as well. Look at him, he looks very nice. He sort of reminds me of a prime Cambiasso, I'd like to say. He looks like a very nice player. Another key player is really, really going to rely on him to get through the group stages. He should be quite prime as well at the World Cup. He might lose a bit of pace, but he's going to be if we make it to 2018, he's going to be a very, very key player. So they're the players so far. Sorry if I haven't showed them in much detail. Of course, you'll learn more about them as the series goes on. Enter more players ASAP, because we need as many players as possible, because we're not going to have a chance in hell at the moment. Of course, I've got my player. I've created my guy. He's called Zabion Quimsucker. He's a goalkeeper. He's just an erratic goalkeeper with poor reflexes. He's quite good, 28 years of age as well. So I wanted a few more older players. But as you can see, he's got some really poor stats and some really key areas. So yeah, let me know, get your players in. We need more players. We're not going to get through at this stage. In the World Cup qualifications for the first couple of games, sixth. We're not getting into the first World Cup. We've got a chance in the Euros as well, just to warm it ourselves up. But it's going to be about the World Cup. That's the main aim, to win the World Cup. So get some players in, guys. If you've commented before, I will make them a little bit worse. But if you haven't commented, I want to make them very nice. Hope you're happy with your players before. If you want me to add them to clubs, change a few things. I'm not going to do any major changes, guys. Let me know if I've missed one out. Comment them again. And yeah, hopefully we'll get this series up and going by the weekend. I'll see you later, guys. Get commenting. Bye bye.